Thank you for coming back to ONN, the Autumn News Network. I'd like to thank everyone who participated and shared their ideas, their insights, their stories, and asked me about certain issues throughout our nation. I'd also like to thank all of the members that live outside of the nation who sent love, ideas, and we're happy to be involved in this whole process. I am very thankful for the three individuals that I had the opportunity to speak to today. That would be the chairman of the Sales District, Juan Buendia, former council rep, Anthony Francisco, and Stella Harvey of the Kik Association. First question that we had um, was there any kind of hold being placed on debt? So, for example, rent, utilities, that's your lights and your power, TOUA. Um, as I understand it from the chairman of the Sales District, Juan Buendia, there is a 60-day no cutoff order from the nation. But pay what you can because the deferred bill will have a total, an accumulated total. And also, I spoke to Stella Harvey at the Kik Association, and she advised that on the same question, are current rent and utilities due or has a deferment been issued by the nation? The answer is that she wasn't sure about the utilities, but as for rent, current rent is due, and if you are struggling to pay it, contact your counselor to see what options are available to you. And the third person I spoke to was former tribal council member Anthony Francisco. And we had an at-length discussion about an article written by Barbara Norrell from Censored News about U.S. Border Patrol agents being infected with COVID-19 and harassing our seniors. His comment directly to Autumn News Network was, it's a good article, but I think it's a little misleading. The IFT spy towers are not being built on burial grounds. The construction near Oregon Pike is where burial grounds were disrupted. The towers did not specifically look into homes, nor are these meant to look into homes. Now, if that does happen once they are built, then the issues need to be raised because that was part of the agreement with the tribe. He went on to say, if folks locally are being harassed and feel that they're being intimidated by the U.S. Border Patrol, to please contact Donalton Police Department and they will address this issue. Make sure that you definitely do report any instances of harassment by the Border Patrol to TOPD. And TOPD has been very helpful with dealing with Border Patrol when often feel their rights are being infringed upon. It has been reported that worldwide incidents of domestic violence has spiked as a result of COVID-19. And we ask that you be cautious, and should any issues arise in your home, please don't hesitate to call the Donalton Nation's Behavioral Health Services Division. And if that does not resolve the problem, please don't hesitate to call the Donalton Police Department should there be any issues. Also, we'd like to thank Brian Carlos, who has pledged to translate all of our transmissions into Autumn for our elders for their personal information and power. For those of us who have issues with addiction, most specifically alcohol, there's a 24-hour hotline and meeting line, and I'll give you the number, and that will be in the post description, but the phone number is 520-624-4183. Finally, there's been several discussions among the community members regarding this pandemic, and there's been some questions, and some people feel that some of our members are not taking this threat seriously. Well, I'd just like to reinforce that this threat is serious, especially to our people in our community. We have overwhelming amounts of tribal members that have been diagnosed as diabetic, hypertensive, obese, and with cardiovascular issues. And the younger generations feel invincible because they've been hearing a lot of information about this virus that it doesn't affect them. And at the end of the day, we must be responsible for our elders, our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, our uncles, our aunties, and our cousins. And it is our duty together to be responsible and maintain social distancing, wear a mask if you go outside. And I have two masks here. This is an N95 mask. These are the masks that are, well, the CDC mandate, or the CDC outline that these are to be reserved for medical professionals. But if you have them, if you're able to get your hands on them, these are a really good mask. And there's two straps, one below your ear, one above your ear. Like so. Adjust it to your nose. Make sure you have a tight seal. This is a perfect seal. This is an N95 mask. You're gonna wear this mask when you go into any public place. And also, I would suggest wearing glasses. If you wear eyeglasses, wear those. If you have sunglasses or some type of shade that lets you see in the evening and in the daytime, just depends on when you're outside, use them, because this virus is transferred through droplets of saliva, and saliva can be transferred to the eye. This is a simple mask. These are just the general recommendation what you wear outside if you're not a medical professional, if you're going to the store. They don't create as tight of a seal. As you can see, it's very loose, very thin, and doesn't really give you too much protection, but in the event that you do have the virus, it protects you from giving the virus to others by projecting droplets of saliva. Third, gloves. Anytime you go outside of your home and you touch a foreign surface, you need to be wearing gloves. You don't have to wear two gloves, but you can wear one just depending on what you're doing. Once you have your glove, say you touch an ATM machine, you push the buttons, and you're done at the ATM. You grab your card with your other hand that is not gloved, put it in your pocket. You take this glove off and you dispose of it. Please ensure that when you are wearing gloves, after you touch a foreign surface, you remove the glove and dispose of it immediately. As if you don't, you can have contaminants on this glove that can pass on the virus. So ensure that you throw it away as soon as you're done with it. I'd like you to take this threat seriously, stay cautious, stay inspired, and keep sending your videos, keep sending your questions, comments, and concerns, and we'll do our best to get back to them in a timely fashion. Thank you for your support. From Top Momoli to South Central LA, I hope all you Tonaotam out there are safe. Stay beautiful.